Hi everybody, I'm here to tell you my son's story today. 2 years ago, in January 2020, 1 week before my son's 4th birthday, he was sexually abused by Adam McMaster, this man here. His mother was a family friend and we invited him up from Manchester to stay with us. On the 17th of January, Kerry Wilson, Adam's mother, told Adam to take care of Jace in the bedroom to play on the PlayStation. He double locked the doors, sat my son on the bed and told him what he was going to do to my son. My son told him no, but Adam told Jace to be quiet and forced himself upon my son. After raping my baby, he told him that if he told anyone, he would kill Jace and his family. From that moment, my son was left traumatised and in fear of his life. He stole my son's innocence. He destroyed his childhood and left my son with a life sentence. Jace kept himself to himself for 6 months and finally opened up and told us what had happened. I went straight to the police that night, begging them to help me. A video interview was set up for Jace, and I wasn't allowed to be in the room with my traumatised 4-year-old. After the video interview, the police told me that Jace had managed to give them a lot more detail than he first told me. Things no 4-year-old would know or understand. The police told me that with what Jace had told them, this was enough to go to court, but they wanted to do more investigating. During the investigating, Adam McMaster to this day has still never been questioned. Yet in 2017, when Adam was 13 years old, he was at Swinton Police Station being interviewed for the rape of a young boy and his little sister. They had all the evidence against Adam for this case, but like Jace's case, it wasn't taken to the High Court because of Adam's apparent lack of understanding. Yet he knew what he was doing the minute he threatened to kill my 3-year-old son if he told anyone what he had done. Also during the investigation, 7 other victims came forward, also from Manchester, who lived on Adams Street, children and adults. The police spoke with these victims but failed to log their statements. Since 2017, Adam had restrictions put in place by his social workers and Manchester Police that he was not allowed near any child under the age of 18 years old. His mother and the social worker failed to abide by these restrictions and allowed Adam to mix with children in his street and stay with us in Scotland, knowing that my sons would be at risk. Social workers, police, child protection and the Scottish justice system have failed my son. I've appealed the court's decision not to take this to court, and twice I have raised my concerns of Adam being free to walk the streets. Is it going to take for him to kill a child for them to finally open their eyes and do something about this beast? We have been in contact with the Lord Advocate and we are dealing with the new Lord Advocate. My mum has also had phone calls back and forth with Adam's social workers manager, and she told my mum that with who done the reports for the CID, and that they are not saying that this did not happen to Jace. They know something has happened, but they feel that Adam would not cope being locked away. What about my son? He's destroyed my son's life. My baby boy sees a counsellor once a week. He sees a nurture nurse 4 days a week, and he's on a list to be a waiting list to be seen by a psychologist. He wets himself constantly because of the thoughts that are in his head, the horrible nightmares he has almost every single night. He's terrified and scared to meet new people, especially men. He can't trust anyone. My baby boy isn't the same anymore. He suffers on a daily basis for what Adam put him through, but they are allowing him to live his life as normal after raping children because he wouldn't cope behind bars. How do they think my son's coping and the other victims? They have took their human rights away. Where is the justice in that? My son was 3 years old when this happened. Let that sink in. I would like to read a poem, The World Now Through Jace's Eyes. I was a happy, carefree little boy, then my life changed. A child rapist entered my life, and from that day my life was rearranged. He took away my innocence before I even knew what it was. He left my family heartbroken, fighting a never-ending cause. See, they want justice for me, and they bravely fight for this every day. The paedophile should be held to account, so another little boy doesn't have their childhood taken away. I know my mummy loves me, and I know that she's so sad. I can't really understand why. I'm only 5 years old, a small lad. I try my best to be happy and play and fool around, just like any little boy, but at night I'm scared and break down. I didn't used to wet the bed, and I wasn't plagued with nightmares. I used to sleep soundly before I was told the system don't care. You see, my rapist walks free while I'm locked in a world of my own. Because my rapist has learning difficulties, it seems the violence is condoned. He is deemed a vulnerable adult, but I'm just a little boy. What will this man do next? My mummy is scared another childhood he will destroy. I may not have been the first, and my mummy's fear is I won't be the last. How many of us will be hurt and will be haunted by our past? I don't know what my future holds, and I know my mummy worries. She wants me to grow up happy, but right now there is no hurry. I want to be a carefree boy and enjoy my childhood. My mummy will make that happen, but the night remains misunderstood. Maybe that's why my mummy cries, because she sees how much I've changed. The world now seems an unsafe place because of a man deranged. I don't want that man to hurt others, but nobody listens to me. I'm just a little boy that the justice system don't care to see. But what happens in the future if this man continues to walk free? Will the next little boy be killed? Or will there be others hurt like me? I know mummy wants him in jail. That means he doesn't walk around free, because he can't do to others what he done to me. It's not nice having nightmares, and it's not nice wetting the bed. It's not nice not being able to trust, and it's not nice remembering what he said. Mine and mummy's life has changed, but his remains the same. He hasn't been punished, and so he hasn't been told he's to blame. If he doesn't think he's a bad man, then mummy worries others will be hurt. He's told he's above the law and can carry on being a pervert. One day I will be a teenager and eventually a grown man. Will I be haunted by that night? I know that's not in mummy's plans. So she will carry on fighting for justice, and that makes me so proud. I know my mummy loves me, and she goes out of her way to shout that out loud. Still, I want us to be happy, but that day meant everything changed. Will everything ever be normal again? It seems everything has been rearranged. I'm still that little boy, and there is still joy in my soul. That day may have changed everything, but he doesn't deserve to have control. He may be beyond the law, it seems, and the justice system is a joke. But I will be as happy as I can, because my family isn't broke. My mummy will always love me, and that fills me with joy. She tries to make everything better, because I will always be her little boy. Be now or in the future, she will always do best by me. So that day doesn't have to change everything, because my mummy still sees me. In her eyes I am her world, and she is always by my side. That will always be the case, and so we can all move on with pride. Justice for Jace. Adam McMaster, if you can see this, I'm coming for you, and I will make your life a living hell. Justice for Jace!
Story and his poem. Adam McMaster has raped 3 children to date that we know of. His mother is a serial offender. His mother grooms families, befriends families, and then allows her son to rape their children. She doesn't declare that she's got a loaded weapon who's a child rapist. She doesn't tell anybody that. She constantly gets this boy around children. So if you ask me, the mother is the serial offender. I know he's the rapist, but she is the one in control of him, and she puts him in situations where her son is able to rape children. We don't know the full story. We don't know why they're being protected so much, but there's obviously a reason why they're moving about Scotland, England, Ireland and Wales, and he's raped children in Ireland and England and Scotland so far that we know of. Now, this is a serial rapist. He's 17 years old. Anne and Jade's main concern is he's still walking about. He has a mother that protects him and doesn't disclose that he's a danger to children. Why are the services and the police and the social services not protecting children? Why are they protecting these beasts? And the fear that Anne and Jade have, which is really relevant, is what's he going to do next? He's getting worse and worse every time he does something. Is it going to take for this boy to murder a child and then he's got a previous history? Like, we've got to make changes. We're campaigning for a lot of injustices this year, and this is one of them. We need the laws changed. He should have never got out of Scotland. They should have been remanded and kept here. This boy's obviously a danger. His mother's a bigger danger, and we need to put an end to this, guys. So please keep their faces out there. If you see it, just share the shit out of it, guys, and keep Adam McMaster and Kerry Ann Wilson's face out there, and try and keep some children safe, because as it stands now, the system's protecting them and they move them around and they don't tell families and children the dangers. So, thanks again, guys. Justice for Jace! Right, guys, so we're going to have our mags and Diana